Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to episode 3, where we are rebuilding a broken farm here in Stone Valley. Now, as you've seen from a few of the establishing drone shots from the intro, I've got a lot of work done on the farm here since we last seen each other. So first things first, let's look both ways before crossing the road, because the absent intelligence AI is just awful. Anyway, I did get the alfalfa field here cut. So it's cut, it's ready to bale. And I had a little bit of change of heart here, just kind of in the scenery of everything. So these low-lying wet spots, I went through and I kind of just updated them to look a little bit more like what you'd expect to see in a field that has persistent wet spots. So instead of it just being just blank farm field through here where everything grows and happens naturally, or is forced to happen naturally, even though it's under a foot or two of water, I've gone through all of my fields and I've updated them to these little wet patches here. Now, I don't have like reeds and cattails available to me as some kind of a foliage that I can put in here, so I just did the best I could with a couple of bushes and some meadow grass. So that's where we're at with that. This is something that should get done today. There's an extra little surprise here. So we've done a little bit more of an equipment shuffle with what was available in the used section, and kind of in that same light, I do have to go pick up a new piece of equipment today, because unfortunately my little Mavic here wasn't the only thing that showed up in the mail today. So we got an enforcement notice from the county stating that we have to mow our ditches. Now, the only mowers that I have are going to leave a windrow. I don't want to windrow it, like you can see here, because it just looks ugly after a while. So that's something that I need to address later, is that. But first and foremost, I have to mow all of the ditches on the roadside along my property. So I have to go pick up unfortunately, I have to go pick up a mower today. And the only one that Clever's got that'll do it is that old Batwing. So we're going to do that. And for that, I need a tractor. I very badly want to take this down, but maybe not. Equipment shuffle. I should note this. I do have a Kubota fast bale now. This was in the shop. It was not terribly cheap. Forgive me, I can't remember the price, but if we bring up the HUD here, you can see we have moved into April, so it is the next month. So all of the finances have done their updating, and we are down to 202,996. Now we did sell a few things. All of the equipment that I had sitting out on the corner there next to the grain bins, that all went, which is fantastic, and I got close to my asking price on most of it. The disc buying, I ended up, I think I got 15.5 for that. I was asking 19, so close enough is close enough, right? But with that and selling the old baler I think I only got 1,600 for, like, absolutely just chump change. I didn't even get the steel scrap off of it. But we did pick up this baler. It is not quite as fast. I believe the old one. Well, hey, why don't we take a look at the two in the shop instead of just trying to remember things? Because it's been a few days even for me. Let's see here. Kubota fast bale, 17 kilometers an hour. It'll only do small bales, so it's a bit of a PITA, because there's just gonna be so many bales. Versus, yeah, I had one of these two. Oh, they're the same speed. Okay, so they're 17K. So regardless, we're still picking up at the same speed, still baling at the same speed. However, with this one, I do believe I have to come to a complete stop. I don't think this one's got a pre-chamber in it. We'll find out. We'll find out actually very shortly. But I do need to disconnect this because I'd like to take the Magnum down to the shop and go pick up that boom board. So let's drop the hydraulics. PTO? Why can't I disconnect you? Is this something that has to be done from in the cab? Ah, there we go. I just didn't have the trigger in the right spot. Okay. Let's go down to the shop. Let's go pick up a mower. I think if I'm going to be mowing a lot, really like a little 6R or even, you know what, I think I'd be super happy with just a 5R pulling mowing deck, but I think this farm's got to start making some money first, because right now, even though it looks like I've made a ton of money, like it looks like I'm about 150k up from where I was when I started the series, I'm not. And I did also leave the 9 series down here, the 9620 or 9630. I can't remember. I did leave it down here because there's a few things I found while I was cultivating this field, and I think you guys will get a kick out of it. You can kind of see them as the foliage kind of comes in and out of loading range. There's a few little surprises I found in this little barn here. And I do have a few big plans for this little patch of green here. So if any of you have seen Clarkson's farm, there's a little teaser for you there. But for now, let's just jump over to the dealer. I'm sure these perfectly straight, boring roads are kind of less good for the content. So we'll see you in a minute. Nice busy intersection here. Oh wow, their grass has gotten a little out of control here too. Wonder if they got a notice of enforcement from the county, or if these guys make enough money that it doesn't matter to them. Anyway, not that I'm bitter about this. This unit down here, this is what we are here for, because it has a mulching option. It does not leave a windrow, does not leave material behind. So, we'll pick this guy up. It is also one of my favorite mowing attachments, but yeah, not thrilled. But I will say the price of the mower is less than the price of enforcement. Because not only do I have to pay the fine, I also then have to pay for them to come out and do it themselves. And that ain't cheap. And there she is, $14,000 later. Now on a actually very nice mowing deck. Let's get her all hooked up, or as my old boss would say, let's nipple her up. He was a cattle farmer, so I guess it's a cattle farmer thing. I don't know. I come from a grain farmer background. We had cattle, but I don't know. We never used to speak like that. That's just weird. Go, got her all hooked up, and let's go home. Actually, while we're leaving, I should touch on this. That grain truck is fixed, so they replaced the entire rear axle on it. Turns out the thing was in really good shape otherwise, just covered in grain dust and a little bit of mud. So all in all, I'm quite impressed with how that turned out. Wasn't too expensive. I think it was like $4,800 for a used axle to be put in, so not awful. But the tow job, that was $2,200. That hurt. But I think we'll start on probably the left side of the highway here. And we will work our way around. Now they just want the side of the highway done. And then I guess I have to figure out where the property line is here, which I'm not blocking traffic. Yeah, we'll start here, but I don't have to go into the trees, which is nice. But let's get this little area taken care of here from the bridge back. We'll see how this thing works. And you can see, do have some weeds already starting to sprout up here. This is the field that we did with the 25 things I want to see. I did that one sort of on camera. I did the other two off camera. There was, I think, right around 5 hours total of cultivation that I did. But I did most of it off camera because it's kind of hard to watch that much of one thing. But let's get her fired up. Oh, she was dropped down. All right. This thing likes sticking in reverse for some reason. There we go. Just do 2 passes here on this. Oh yeah, looks like it's doing a good job. We'll kick her out around everything here. Try not to hit that sign. Looks like we're doing good. This is as tight as we can turn. Oh, look at this. This is perfect. I don't think the county can bug me about this. All right. Let's jump over to the other side here. We wing up? Yeah, let's wing up. If I can hit the right button, we'll wing up. Alright, so we'll get this next stretch done, and then I will meet you at the next field. So, all in all, I am very impressed with this little mower deck. Mower deck, this case, I'm loving them so far. But we've mowed ourselves all the way down this county road. And I'll have to do one more pass on this side. I'll have to return and do one pass on that side because I do own both these fields. But we've cut ourselves down into this area, and as I said earlier, when I was out doing some cultivation, because he sits so high up in the tractor, I was able to see over these bushes and find a few gems. So we have an old white field boss, and I don't know if this thing's gonna start or what. If we bring up the HUD, as per typical for this series, it is 100% damaged. Oh, I didn't notice this behind here. I've got a little subsoiler, which actually works out perfect because I want to rip up some of that alfalfa field and make a new kind of an addition to it. I want to extend the field a little bit. We have a yard leveler. We've got an old flat deck trailer. Ooh, this thing's gonna need some hydraulic hoses before it moves. Okay. Wood chipper. I wonder if this thing will start. Oh, of course it does. Excellent. All right, so we'll leave this here. That's going to be probably quite handy. And we have a back grader, which is quite nice too. So that explains why the whatchamacallit, why the yard is so smooth. There's no ruts or potholes anywhere in it. Quite nice. But I did also notice that there's this large orange thing back here, just right in the bushes. And this is a land plow. So she needs tires and hoses before she'll move, because I have no way of picking it up right now, because these things are all sun-rotted, dried, and cracked. And I'm pretty sure the instant that I connect them up to the back of any tractor, it's just going to push all of its fluid out. And I did also notice that when I was back here, there's a pile of logs. So might be able to sell some wood, make a little bit of profit, or alternatively, might be able to sell some wood chips. Looks like there's a couple of rock piles here. But yeah, outside of that, I didn't find anything, like any other little secrets or anything like that, so I think that's it. But looking at this shop, or the shed, this barn, whatever you want to call it, like the structure's still good, so I'm going to keep this up, I think. I'll have to get an inspector out here and see if he says the same thing. But I think what's going to end up happening is, you know what, I may as well take some measurements off of these hoses back here and see if I can't get a couple new ones made. Because I might put that wood chipper to work, but I might also hook these two up, see if I can't get this thing started, drag the trailer back to the yard along with a couple of the other things around here, and we'll see what we can't get done with those. But that's later. Again, very back burner. I have two very time critical things that I need to get done today, and before it starts raining, I want to try and maybe get some seed in the ground. 11 o'clock, I have 3 hours for that. So I need to get the hay up before 11. And I want to try and get something in the ground, because I won't get it in the ground until, well into the dark. Just looking at that forecast, so. Time's a-wasting. Let's get cracking. Now that's quite the weird setup, eh? 9630 pulling a little mowing deck. Well, don't worry. Didn't actually do that. They just both happened to be here. Now, I am washing the 9630 before putting it back into the field, because we're going to be planting the home crop here. This was in canola last year, and we are going to go into wheat this year. We bring up the map, 16. Let's go into the precision farming map. So field 16 here, we are looking at 21 hectares. Why does it not tell me acres? Nobody uses hectares. Everybody uses acres. Farmland 10. Oh, 55 acres. So we'll be planting 55 acres of wheat. We'll be planting 73 acres of flax. We'll be doing 20 acres, just shy of 20 acres of canola this year. Now, I'm not doing canola in the adjacent crop because we had canola here last year. We had, wheat and barley last year. One of these two is wheat, one was barley. Either way, they're both cereal crops, and they're both going into oil seed this year. So that's the cropping plan. So hopefully we'll get this in quick. April is the first month that I can get wheat in. I have 2 months for the planting window. But because I only have 1 month for the other crop, which was flax, I believe. Go back and check. Yeah, flax can only be planted in May. And same with canola. So I want to get the wheat in before either of the other two crops go in. So we'll get that all taken care of. Get in here, we'll get the seeder out. We'll get that hooked up to the big tractor because it's got GPS, and I would like to plant with GPS. So we'll get this loaded up and ready to go. I should have my seed here shortly. We'll be arriving at the dealership anytime now. We'll get all that hooked up. We'll get the seeder calibrated, and then we'll get into the field here real quick. All right. So the dealership has been, they've dropped off the seed for the day. They've also dropped off fertilizer for us. So we have fertilizer ready to go. It's liquid soluble form. Wow, that was hard to say. And we've got the dash trailer all loaded up, ready to go. We are going to get the seeds in the ground first. Then we are going to make 2 passes with the sprayer. First pass is going to be the fertilizer, and you probably already spotted we do have the soil maps for the area as well. They were not cheap, as you can see. Just for this home field it was 40 grand. We were 49 for the large field, 17 for the small field, and we were 3,000, just shy of 3,000 for the alfalfa field. That is all taken into account with the previous totaling of the costs. That's why we're down to excuse me. That's why we're down to 160,000 right now. So between that, buying the mower deck today plus all the seeds, we're down a few bucks. However, we do have a well. You can see the trigger for that right in the middle. We do have a well right next to the silos, so water is free. So we just have to pay for the product to mix with it, which is fantastic. Big tractor should be fueled up by now. Let's take a peek. Yeah, we're full on gas, or full on diesel. So spark her up. Let's get seeding. And just a little update for you guys here. It has unfortunately started to rain. It's not enough that it's packing up on anything yet. The ground was starting to dry out a little bit, especially since I tilled it just the other day there. However, we are so close to done. I'm just going to keep pushing through this just to see if I can get it done before the ground gets too sticky. And if we look at the weather, it's supposed to rain for the next like 2 hours here, so not great, but you know what? We'll work with what we've got. I just have this little patch here left. It's not, it's coming down pretty hard, but it's not, like I say, it's not adding up to anything yet. Where are we at here? Tipper down. All right, let's keep going. We're getting there. We are close. We are super close. All right, this is the last pass here. Just tidying that up. Things are starting to get sticky. Luckily, this corner of the field wasn't too bad, but that is going to finish us for the day. This rain is coming down pretty hard, and I've definitely lost my hay. There we go. We're all loaded up here. So I've lost my hay for the day, which is quite unfortunate, but I do plan on maybe later today or sometime tomorrow, depending if things dry up enough, getting out there and ripping up some of that just grassland. I think that's to the north. Yeah, that'd be to the north of the crop itself. So, oh jeez, that was a good one. So we'll get this brought inside. We'll just park it in the cold shed for now. There's no sense in bringing it inside the shop. We do still have a fair amount of seed on board. So it's not terribly great. Looks like I guessed a little high on my seeding rate, but that's fine. At least I got it in. Long day. At least I got the seed in. At least it's raining for it. I mean, you can never complain about rain, but it would be nice if it came when you needed it, when you wanted it. But that's the life of farming, isn't it? Kind of take what you can get and get what you get. All right. Well, we got the old field boss fired up. Had to boost it with the Chev, which not hard to get that thing going today. Just make sure that we get this thing out of the way. Let's see if we can't get this field boss hooked up. The old trailer. I've been back and forth to the shop a few times. Just to let you guys know, it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon already, and this rain is starting to break up here. So we're finally starting to see some kind of improvement in the weather. We're blowing a little bit of white, so she's probably got a head gasket or some kind of coolant thing going on. Let's see if we can't. There we go. Squeeze her through the door here. Oh, that's the wide door. I'm probably not going to be able to get this thing hooked up to that trailer. Hopefully we don't fall into this wet soil here. Oh, we're good. Oh yeah, we're not going to fit. Not even close. Not even close. Alright, so we need something much smaller to get in there. And the Chev's got the wrong hookups, and I don't dare turn this thing off. But I wonder if I can just drag this, because I think I can get the Chev hooked up to this. Yeah, because it's just a pintle on that. We need a small tractor to hook up to that. Oh, I think the rain just stopped. Right on. And again, small tractor for this. This might be interesting. I think I probably have to put this onto the deck. You know what? I could probably just use the Massey for all of this. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna shut the truck down. Let's go switch this out for a Massey real quick. There. And if I said that was easy, or I did that with any form of grace, I'd be lying. Unfortunately, that is the entire trailer. I'm just gonna throw a couple ratchet straps on this. With the Massey, oh, I might be stuck in here. We'll get the Massey turned around. I might have to pick this blade up and take it out, but I'll get wiggled around here. You know what? I may as well drag this onto the deck here. Oh yeah, that's heavy. Oh, I can't. Oh, I got it. All right. Locked in. Yeah, I might have to pick the front grader up with the front of the Massey, and that's how I get turned around. Let's hope the hydraulics work on this thing. Yeah, they seem okay. Could hook up to this fella right here. Damn near hooked right up. I might be biting off bar too much right now. Oh, I think I am. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop this. I don't think I'm gonna be able to swing that around without catching the post. Alright, and we are out. Make sure that everything's tipped all the way up. Alright, let's lift this thing up. Yeah, she's looking okay. Please don't get stuck, please don't get stuck, please don't get stuck. Okay, I think we're gonna get away with it. Oh, of course there's a car coming. Come on, little Massey. We got time. That is quite the unit going down the road. You're fine. Alright, the very next thing I'm gonna do is put some cocoa juice in this. There we go. Filling. And now I get to walk back to my truck. Well guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Everything is wet, sticky, and waterlogged. So there's no more farming that I can do today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on a couple pieces of equipment here. I don't think I'm going to touch any of the stuff we just found. However, that Traction King may get some love. And same with that S10. I might polish that thing up a little bit. Definitely hook the sprayer back up, because I think the next time you see me, I'll be in a teeny tiny Massey making the fields wet. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.